a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to Friday, starting on September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Call today at 402-742-0140.
Vershawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
What would you tell a friend who was on the fence about going to Limitless Mail?
I would tell them to go to Limitless today. Don't hesitate. You're going to second guess yourself on if it's the right decision. The staff there is amazing. The treatments work. I'm living proof that it can completely change your life for the better.
Join thousands of men who have changed their lives with testosterone treatment. Slow down the aging process and live life. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmail.com.
Back to the Get Your Happy Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we're live on 93.7 The Ticket. This is Get Your Happy on Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. I'm having some mic issues over here, but
I'm figuring it out. So, everybody, I want y'all to know something. We're having a blast, and we're going to have a blast tonight because this show is going to be very exciting. I really don't know how to say this other than to just say it. Good people are hard to find. I really am having some mic issues, or my headphones are not working.
You can't hear yourself?
No.
All right.
Okay. Y'all bear with us for just a second here. I'm trying to make sure I get everything right. Nothing. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys can hear me out there. I can't really. Yeah, I can't hear anything, but good people are hard to find, and I want to say, first, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Empire Fencing. Matt Warner out in Waverly is doing really, really big things. I just don't really understand how a person can have a company that has so many employees and they all get along really, really well. I mean, to me, that's just outstanding. So big shout out to Empire Fencing out there in Waverly. You guys are doing big things, and I just want you to know that I really appreciate the support that you guys give me here at 93.7 The Ticket. Speaking of good people, I got a guest tonight that's very, 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 very important to me. I mean, we laugh and joke a lot. I call him Red. This guy here is very, very instrumental to a lot of the things that former players do. And he's a humble guy at that. So that makes it real important. But, I got to say this about Red. Every time I see Red, I always ask him to let me borrow $2 million.
It's in the trunk. Got it in my car, Ricky. I call it bribing money to get on this show.
I don't want him to give it to me in front of people because I don't want him to know that, I don't want nobody to know that he's giving it to me. Okay, let's try these headsets again. No, I don't know what's going on there, but I might get nothing out of that. So he's using that one.
We can put on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to do this best I can. So I hope you guys can hear me. I'm gonna go without the headsets tonight. Red, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ricky.
How you doing, young man?
Well, I'm upright and consuming oxygen, so that's about as good as it gets these days.
Well, what I'll say to you, Red, is this. I'm honored that you took time out of your busy schedule to be here with me because there's a lot of things I'd like to ask, and I'm pretty sure there's some fans out there that want to hear about your upbringing. So we're going to start there. Where's Red from? I call him Red. He's Mike Beran, but I call him Red.
Everybody calls me Red. Most people don't, including some teammates of mine. I don't think they even know that my first name is actually Mike. Because I had red hair, and I used to have a lot of it, but unfortunately, most of it's gone now. I don't have any on the top of my head. But my last name is Beran, even though it looks like it's Beran. It's Bohemian, Bohunk, as we used to say when I was back in my hometown of Ord. I grew up in Ord, born there. Ord's right about 50 miles northwest of Grand Island, Nebraska, right in the beautiful North Loop River Valley. My granddad my mother's father was the judge of Greeley County for 52 years. I think that's a state record for holding office as a county judge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Greeley County butts up against Valley County, which is Ord is the county seat of. So,
okay. Now, where is this located again?
Okay, it's about 50 miles north of north and west of Grand Island.
Okay, so
Central Nebraska.
What was the population when you grew up there, Red?
2,410.
And that's a neighborhood, Red.
I know it, but we were a Class B school.
Really?
And actually one of the bigger Class B schools when I was there.
Wow.
They've declined I shouldn't say declined. That's defaming the C1 and C2 ranks, but they're down to C2 level now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, now, Red, growing up in this little small town, you played, I'm assuming, a lot of sports?
Yeah, I played baseball, a little basketball, and, of course, football.
Gotcha. Okay, now, after high school, why Nebraska?
Well, let me start by talking about the error that it was. Coach Devaney had just arrived in Nebraska when I was 12 years old, and my dad owned a hardware store in Ord, and I used to go down and help him a little bit at the hardware store. And he'd always take me to coffee when he'd go to coffee with some of the local businessmen there, and then sometimes after he closed up the hardware store, he'd go over to the beer joint and have a couple cold beers. And I can remember the general line of talk at that time prior to Coach Devaney's arrival was what's the price of hogs, what's the price of cattle, who bought a new tractor.
Yeah.
Sometimes who was fooling around with who and whatnot. And when Coach Devaney came in 1962 and started winning right away, overnight, the topic of conversation at the beer joint or at the coffee table just was all Huskers all the time. I mean, just switched that quick. And of course, that intrigued me. And I was at a very impressionable age, and I decided that's what I wanted to do is play football for Nebraska.
Now, when you decided to do that, was there a lot of interest or
not a lot? 6 foot, 185-pound guards weren't a big draw back in those days.
I got you.
So I was a pretty fair high school player. I played defensive tackle, played linebacker when I was a junior, also played offensive tackle. And I think I was all conference when I was a senior.
Okay.
But basically no interest in me except Hastings College wanted me to come down for a visit. And of course, I wanted to go to Nebraska. So I went down to Hastings College. My high school coach arranged an interview, and fortunately, it was around the Easter holidays. So I went to the coach's office down there and gently tapped on the door. Oh, darn, nobody's there. So I did that for about 30 seconds and left. And then fortunately, I got a letter from Nebraska. Somebody must have sent a film in on me, and they said, "Would you like to come down to Lincoln and walk on?" And wow, I mean, you could have knocked me over with a feather. I died and went to heaven, even though it was just a walk on.
Yeah, well, it was an opportunity.
No cash involved,
Yeah.
So that's how I got.
And what year was this, Red?
This is 1968.
1968.
Yeah, but it was amazing the way to what I just alluded to, how Nebraska, the whole state, just it was like big red Camelot on the plains all of a sudden. Everybody talked Nebraska football.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. Hold that thought for a sec. Whenever we get ready to go to break, you're going to, you'll have to let me know. Okay. So you decided to walk on in Nebraska.
Yes.
And how'd that turn out? I mean, was that a...
Well, I arrived there and found that they had 5 offensive guards, me, the walk-on, and 4 scholarship guys.
the deck was stacked.
Yes, yeah. So things didn't look real good, but I worked very hard. And fortunately, Boyd Epley was just starting his to help the football team with weightlifting. Boyd was
Gotcha.
the guy, the guru, the guy that helped found and
Oh
start.
yeah, Boyd is a good man. Big shout out to Boyd Epley, actually.
Yes, can't say enough good things about it. But I got under his tutelage and just worked my butt off, and I went from 185 pounds to the next year I was up to about 2 1/4, 230.
Oh, okay.
Which was an average size or average weight for guards in those days.
Right, I got you.
Yeah, and so I was very lucky to have Boyd there, because I don't think I could have gained. I didn't have the knowledge of what to do to gain all the weight and muscle by myself. So it was very fortuitous that he was there.
So when you walked on, so as a freshman, I mean, I know compared to today's time, freshmen, we kind of knew we weren't going to play as freshmen. So
yeah. So we couldn't play, and until 1972, you could not play as a freshman.
Yeah.
So therefore, we had our own 4-game schedule.
Right.
And we played Kansas State, Missouri, and the Iowa State freshmen, and then also McCook Junior College.
Okay.
And we were 4-0, had a great team. We had 6 very good quarterbacks. That all of them were on scholarship. I think it was one of the best quarterback recruiting classes they've ever had. We had Van Brownson and Jerry Taggy. Jeff Kinney came in as a quarterback.
Oh, really? I
Yes,
didn't know that.
And he was actually, if I remember correctly, he was actually starting with the first team up until 2 weeks before the season. And we had a good 5 or 6 weeks of practice before we even played one game.
Wow.
So we had those 3, and then we had a guy named Mike McGuire, real good option quarterback from Bellevue, and Chuck Osberg, left-handed guy from an Omaha school. And then we had Andy Kludka. His name, we called him Skip, or we called him AOK, because his full name was Andrew Oliver Kludka. So
wow.
He was A-OK. Well, right away they moved 3 of the quarterbacks to defensive positions. Andy was actually moved to defensive end and started on the freshman team, but then he transferred at semester break and went to Kent State. And you know who was at Kent State and was Andy's roommate?
Who was that?
You might have heard of him, a guy named Saban, Nick Saban.
I think I heard of Nick Saban.
So they've been lifelong friends.
Wow.
Andy was in Nick's wedding, and he, of course, had him down to Alabama all the time. So
man, that's a small world.
Yeah,
small
world. But anyway, so I ended up on the second team for the freshmen, and we got to play a lot because we had a real good team, or I got to play a lot. We had a real good team and went 4-0.
Okay, so you got through the freshman year. That was Getting your feet wet.
Yes, and then spring ball came around, and I started out alternate 6-team left guard.
Wow.
And I did okay that spring, but I still hadn't bulked up enough, and so they wanted me to go to Coach Carl Selmer, who was the offensive line coach, along with Coach Cletus Fisher. Coach Selmer called me during the summer and wanted me to go to McCook Junior College for a year.
Huh.
And I said, man, I'd rather come back, you know.
Right.
So I did, and that meant that I was on the not cannon. What do you call them? Scout squad.
Scout team.
Scout squad.
Yeah,
Cannon fodder.
Yeah.
But we had that was some really fun year being on the scout squad. I played defense, played middle guard, loved it. Gave the guys on the varsity a good picture, and we bonded. All us guys on the scout squad, we nicknamed ourselves Buster Yannen's Commandos. We had a guy who played used up all of his varsity eligibility from Steubenville, Ohio, and his name was Buster Yannon. His real first name was Nestor, but he went by Buster.
Okay.
So anyway, we christened ourselves Buster Yannen's Commandos, and we'd always have a big scrimmage during the fall of the freshman team of that year against the scout squad.
Okay, gotcha.
So we were Buster Yannen's Commandos, the scout squad, and one of our coaches was Barry Alvarez.
Oh, really?
He was a grad assistant there at that time.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we really hammed it up. We the day before the scrimmage, which was on the Friday before the game, Barry, we made up this fake itinerary of what we were going to do. You know, we're going to have dinner at some dive down on O Street and go to some triple X rated movie theater that had just opened up for our, you know, and Barry read all this, and it was a real hoot. And then we got up in the stands and formed a C for Commandos for our team picture.
Gotcha.
We played it to the hill.
Well, that's
and
cool.
Then we went out and kicked the crap out of a very talented 1969 freshman team that included guys like Johnny Rogers and Willie Harper and, and Joe Blaha and John Dutton, Monty Johnston. I just go on. These guys played. You know, these guys end up being household names. Not out of them. So I knew at that time something good was going to happen in 1970. Because we had those freshmen that were coming in, and we had some of Buster Yannen's Commandos that were going to help the team out. And of course, we had guys like Jeff Kinney and Jerry Taggy and Van Brownson and Jerry List.
I'm very familiar with a lot of those guys because especially Jeff Kinney, they give me a hard time. Hey, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to stay. Hey, don't you guys go anywhere, man. We're going to come back with Mike here, and we're going to have a great time. It's 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on out.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Get all of your favorite restaurants delivered with VenueDelivered.com. One place for ordering delicious appetizers, refreshing salads, hot entrees, fresh sandwiches, and more. From Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, and all Lincoln Good Sense Subs locations. Download our phone app to earn rewards on all of your carryout and delivery orders. Available on Apple and Android, just search for the Pillar Restaurants app. That's the Pillar Restaurants app. Download today.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Price Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come with both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
It's football season in Nebraska, and that means coaches are busy making game plans. I'm Eric Hagan with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. Liberty Law's relentless trial attorneys serve all of Nebraska. To learn more, visit libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Career Days will provide you with a hands-on experience as you learn alongside SCC faculty and students and industry partners. Explore careers in healthcare, construction, ag, automotive, manufacturing, engineering, power sports, transportation, or technology. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, but it's not just me. Folks all over town are having success with the FXB program. Guys like Gary, who just finished up his own 10-week challenge.
Yeah, Mark. After having a knee replacement in March, I was looking for a way to get back into shape. The workouts are fun, the atmosphere is a total blast, and I've lost 17 pounds since starting in July.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we back. And now I can hear myself. That's a lot better. You know, I want to say thank y'all for being patient with me. I couldn't hear myself, and it kind of threw me off a little bit, but I'm back on track now. I got to give a couple quick shout-outs. I got my little homeboy, Brad Taylor's like a little brother down there in Forney, Texas. I appreciate you tuning in. I also got to give a big shout-out to Mary Ellen's, man. I stopped out there today. I didn't catch up with Charles, but, man, I really appreciate all the support that you give as well. Carla Walker, thank you so much for tuning in. Man, that means a lot to me, Carla. You've been very consistent, so thank you. And the Bridge, I got to give a big shout-out to the Bridge. I had the opportunity to speak there Thursday, and great group of people. I want to thank Brody and John, man, for you guys showing so much love, and keep doing big things and positive things like that. That's very needed. It doesn't get the credit it deserves, but it's very needed. And I just want you guys to know that I did not, and I will not take that for granted ever, because I think what you're doing is very important. Clean and sober living is not easy, and I'm very close to people that are doing that kind of work. So, and I'm in a sober living environment myself. I love being clean and sober. I just think it makes my life a lot simpler. Okay, but Red, back to you, man. I gotta ask you now. You guys smacked around some very high-profile people on that freshman team. If you talk about people like Johnny Rogers, I mean, hey, that's saying something, Red. I mean,
that's as good as it comes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're talking about Husker royalty now. You know,
absolutely.
And you guys smacked them around. So now you was telling me a little story during the break by about somebody was saying that you guys were going to be national champions.
Oh yeah, I can still remember Doug Dumler, who was our center. He came in as a tight end, and they ended up switching him to center, and he started 70, 71, 72 at center. But he didn't say too much. But one day we were over in Abel Hall, and Doug says, "Yep." He says he was a smart, erudite type of guy, and he said, "Yep, we're gonna be national champions next year."
Well, before you go any further, now when he said when he made that prediction, you guys hadn't had a lot of success as a team, though, had you?
No. Well, the '69 team was when I was on Buster Yannen's commando on the scout squad. Yeah, they were successful. They went down and won we went down and won the Sun Bowl. We were 9-2.
Okay. Okay.
By the end of the year, we just got better and better.
Gotcha.
I should say they, because
you're on the team.
It's being redshirted, but
yeah, it's a team thing, though.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, Jim McFarland, who was the tight end on that team, was at one of the All-Star games, and after the season, and he said that Dan Devine, who was the Missouri coach at that time, told him that by the end of the season, Nebraska was easily the best team in the country.
Wow.
They'd improved that much.
Wow.
So the next year, high expectations, and Doug was just talking about that. And then, of course, Jerry Murtaugh was
Shout out to Jerry Murtaugh.
was running around telling everybody, including the press, that we were going to win the national championship. And
he was predicting.
That got the ire of Coach Devaney.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't care for that, but you know Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's one of a kind. For
Yes,
those of
he
you
is.
that don't know him, that guy is definitely special.
Great football player.
Yes,
but,
and a great dude, man.
Yeah.
I love talking about Jerry Murtaugh because he's always got something funny to say.
Well, if you would have known Jerry when he was here playing, he was a beer swilling, bar wrecking type of guy. And today,
in a black shirt.
Yeah, he exactly. And today, he's got that great foundation, the Nebraska Greats Foundation.
Yeah,
for,
Jerry. I want to take a quick second to give him some love too, because that Nebraska Greats Foundation is a really special deal. I mean, from the way it started to where it's at now is just unbelievable.
Yeah, and who started it? Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry of all people. Yeah.
There aren't very many bars in Nebraska that he hasn't partaken a drink in. So
he made his mark around the city.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so we ended up winning national championship. Oh, one more quick thing.
Okay.
Johnny. To me, Johnny Rodgers is still the most exciting college football player I've ever seen. I mean, it was something else.
Big shout out to JR.
But anyway, so we won that next year, started off with a tie at USC, should have beat them. We fumbled 2 or 3, 4 times. Murtaugh's still mad about that because he blames the offense, for the tie. And then we went and won all the rest of the games, beat LSU in the Orange Bowl, and won our first national championship.
Wow. So after that first national championship, now the target's on your back.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody knows who you are now.
We were number 1 starting at the very beginning of the 71 season. We went through that like a hot knife through butter that season, through warm butter.
So you guys,
and then the only game that we were tested was the Oklahoma game.
Yeah.
Oklahoma had a heck of a team. They're the highest rated team with 1 loss in a lot of these polls.
Wow.
Yeah, they were that good. And then it ended up we played Alabama in the Orange Bowl. They were number 2 at that time. We drilled them. I think what 38-6 or something like that. And so we were national championships. That 71 team, I know I'll get a lot of blowback from the 95 guys, but still the best ever. Nobody else has ever beat the number 2, the number 3, which was Colorado. Number 2 was Oklahoma, and number 4, Alabama team. Yeah.
Well, to win back-to-back national championships is very special, and the one thing I always ask people to take a look at, I'm not saying agree with, but take a look at, when you guys did it, that was the first team at Nebraska's history to ever do that, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yep. It was our first national championship.
Yeah. So if that be by that alone, you guys set the standard, because I can actually remember coming here and playing in the 80s. I mean, whenever you guys happen to show up at practice, whether it be, yourself, Johnny Rodgers, or whoever, it made everybody on our team, we didn't let y'all know it, but we on the inside, we knew we had to step our game up that day, even if it was just practice.
Certainly.
So you guys set the standard for the 80s teams and the 90s teams.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm truly grateful. I always like to pay pay homage to the people before me, especially because I look at everybody that played before me as my big brothers, and I look at everyone that played after me as my little brothers. And the one thing I can honestly say, you guys as my big brothers set the example for us. And to this very day, we still have the ultimate respect for you guys. I mean, a lot of times, and Red, I'm guilty of this. Every time I see you, the first thing I talk about is that money.
Yes. It's waiting. I finally got it.
I mean, and this is just a running joke between me and Red. Every time, like, we go to the golf tournament in Grand Island, the Nebraska Great, and it's a group of former players, and we're all just kind of sitting around chatting. And then as soon as I see Red, I don't care who's there, I'll be like, Red, you got that $2 million for me?
It's in the trunk.
Yeah, I mean, well, don't give it to me right now, Red. I don't want nobody to see it. But no, I mean, the point I'm trying to say is it's the respect and the love that we have for the guys that set the stage for us. And, I think that should always be acknowledged. I mean, I know we're older and I get that, but still the facts are the facts.
Exactly.
Yeah. 2-time national champion. I don't care if it was in 1800, or if it was in 2060. You're still a national champion. Sure. You know what I mean? And there's not a lot of people can say, hey, I'm back-to-back national champion. So I respect you guys, man. Now, Red, after you won that second national championship, what year was that for you?
That was my junior year.
Your
I
junior.
redshirted.
Okay.
Came in 68, redshirted in 69, sophomore in 70, junior in 71, and senior in 72.
So now, after finishing up at Nebraska, I mean, you were actually, now you're a 2-time national champion. What, after your senior year at Nebraska, what was your next move?
Well, let me say a little bit more about the.
Okay, go ahead
if you don't mind.
No, go right ahead.
It wasn't all peaches and cream because we should have won a third straight national championship. We had.
What happened?
We had. We fumbled too much, and and we had. I think the 71 team had 26 more takeaways than the 72 team.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and we go out to UCLA, fumbled 5 times against a fairly good team, and ended up getting beat by a field goal. Then we got our act straightened out until we went to Iowa State, played on a very muddy field that they actually irrigated prior to the game to slow us down, especially Johnny, and we tied them. We set a Nebraska football record for turnovers that game. We had 8 of them.
Oh, wow.
And Iowa State, by their standard, had a pretty good team. And then we got beat by Oklahoma by a field goal. So we lost 2 by a field goal, 1 tie, beat everybody else by the score of 52 to 4.
Wow.
So we just, we either got beat or we butchered them.
Right.
Then in the Orange Bowl, we played Notre Dame, won that game 46, gave Eric Parsegian, who was a very good coach, his worst loss ever. The next year, that a lot of the guys were on their 73 team that played in 72. They were national championships. So that was just a potential thing that should have happened.
Okay, I got you.
So I've always felt bad about that. I felt bad because the Oklahoma game gave Coach Devaney his send off with a loss. For regular season.
That makes sense.
There was bad with good.
I got you, but you know what? Overall, your time in Nebraska was very productive.
Yeah.
It was very productive, and and that, to me, I just think it deserves to be recognized. A lot of times people want to focus on the now.
Exactly.
But I mean, you can't really know the now until you understand the before.
Right.
You know, and that's what this show is basically about. I want to acknowledge the 70s teams because you guys, I mean, I can't say this enough. You guys don't get the recognition because we live in my personal opinion, we live in an RAT now society. Right now.
Right.
Yeah, you know, we don't care about the past. I
Yes.
mean, that was ancient history. But see, I'm a little different in that respect.
I appreciate that.
And again, I before I forget, and I'll say this probably a couple more times before the show's over, but I just want to thank you personally for taking time to come out, man.
I was along for the ride.
Yeah, well, that's all right. But see, Red, the point is, everybody that was on that team was part of that success.
Yep.
There was thousands of kids that would have loved to have been just on the team. Let's know, actually.
Yes.
You know, being a part of the team. Think about all the kids that didn't get a chance to come to Nebraska.
Yeah. So I think of all the guys that started when I was a freshman, came in with me, and how many of them left. Yeah. And they were good players. I mean, that's one thing. When I was down there, the second, third, fourth teams, they could have made good runs through the Big Eight. We were that talented. We always talked about footsteps. You never wanted to hear the footsteps of the guy behind you.
Yeah,
because he might come in there if you got hurt or you didn't have a good game. He might not come back out.
Yeah.
You might be the out guy. So
right.
That was always a little bit of fear that was instilled in you.
Yeah, it was like extra motivation, to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, and I think about that because it's still that way. It was still that way in the 80s.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I always laugh about that. Hey, well, look, don't you guys go anywhere. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to come back here with 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on out.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently? The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relief. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at nebraskaautodetail.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we back. Man, I got to give a special shout out to my homegirl, Carla. Man, I appreciate you tuning in and showing love. That means a lot to me. Also, I got to give a big shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, man. I see they pulled off their 6th straight conference championship. I mean, that's amazing. I don't know what to say about that team. They keep finding a way. You know, Red, I was just sitting there thinking you've shared a lot of great information about the 70s national championships teams and the time when you was here. But, you didn't just fall off the earth after you quit playing. You did a lot of other things. But one thing that stands out to me is this email blast that you do to keep all the former players kind of united. Would you share a little bit about that?
Sure. We went down to, we being the 71 team, or members of the 71 team, and some of the staff members went down to Oklahoma in 2008 when Nebraska played Oklahoma down there, and they had invited us to the Oklahoma athletic department had invited us to a game of the century reunion.
Oh, okay.
So I went down there. I saw all the things that the Oklahoma did for their former players, and it was just gobsmacked. I mean, I couldn't believe that they did all that stuff. And so when they knew each other, we hadn't seen each other in 30 some years, many of us. And they knew each other's wives' names, children's names, where one another lived. And I thought, wow, they've really got something going here. So when I got back, I thought, well, what can I do to improve, get relations between former players going? And I thought, well, maybe I could start sending out emails. So I started with about 15 emails, and slowly through the years, I when I would see guys, I would get there, ask them if they wanted on the email list, because I would send out information about former players. And, sometimes it was the fact that they passed away. Other times,
right.
You know, it was a myriad of different things. And it slowly built up to about 600 names through guys. A lot of times guys would hear about it and they would get a hold of somebody who was on the list already and say, hey, tell Red that I want on his email list.
Yeah,
it was very successful.
Well, you know, I want to thank you for that as well, because it keeps me updated because I don't follow as much as I should at certain areas of former players. So
I think especially for the older guys, they don't follow that a lot of that garbage on Twitter and whatnot.
I got you.
So they really like this. And also I had lost a couple teammates clear back in the 70s and 80s, never knew about it.
Yeah.
And I always wondered what happened to them. Well, they had passed away.
Yeah.
So
okay,
that's one of the things that goes out on that email blast.
Well, I just want to say thank you for doing that. Red, I'm running low on time, but I just want to at least throw out this one question I try to ask every guest.
Sure.
I know you do quite a bit of different things, and you do a lot for us former players, and I want to say thank you for that. But I want to know how Red gets his happy on. I see you get your happy on shirt.
Yeah, well, absolutely. That's one of the ways I do it. But I go out and have a fine cigar.
Gotcha.
That's
how you get your happy.
That's how it puts me in a state of bliss.
I tell you, and Red.
And also, I really enjoy communicating with the former players. That helps.
Well, Red, you know, it lightens my day and it brightens my day every time I see you, but especially at these golf outings.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, and I when I see you, I know if nothing else, we're getting ready to do some laughing.
Absolutely. Some laughing and lying.
Laughing and lying.
About how good we were.
Well, you know, like I say, the record speaks for itself. And I want everybody to understand something. Back to the good people that I was talking about at the beginning of the show. Red's good people. I look at Matt Warner as good people at Empire Fencing. I mean, I seek out good people just like society sometimes seeks out negativity. I seek out good people and positive things. Is it always available? No. But do I still continue to search? Yes. And that's what this show is all about. I want people to understand that life ain't perfect, but you know what? You can make the best out of what time you have. You know, a lot of times we want to put a lot of emphasis on, well, as long as my money's right. Well, you know what? You can always make more money, but you can't make more time.
That's right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? That time is the most precious commodity there is. And far as I know, father time is undefeated.
Yeah.
You know,
it's finite. And when your number's up,
your number's up. Yeah. and that right there just really brings home my point. You know, I do this show to try to encourage people to focus on the positive things in life, you know, and be humble and treat people the way you want to be treated. Those are the things that's the most important. So again, I got to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank my guest Red for being a part of this. And just remember, I close each show the same way. Every day you bless the same. It's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all next Sunday.
Thanks, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now